Hello, everybody. This is John, Portia County Storm Chasers. We're along with Donna tonight. Say hello, Donna.
Hello, Donna.
Sorry about the delay there. I was also trying to get it to where it would stream live on our app. So I'm hoping that'll work. So we're going to start off with the app. As some of you are aware, that we have gotten a new app. That was actually the commercial for it just a second ago. Currently, it's only for Android users. We will roll up Apple within the next week or two to get that going. So everybody that's Apple should look forward to that. So that'll be good to look at. And the app didn't even work for what I wanted to work for. So I'm gonna let Donna take over for a minute, and she's gonna talk to you about something. And then while she's doing that, I'm gonna work on the app part. So have fun.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Tonight we're going to talk about boat safety on the water. And most people, most people know if you're going to, get out on the boat, you want to check the weather first. That's the same thing. Check the weather always. If there's thunderstorms in the forecast, don't get on the water. A lot of times the thunderstorms they're brief, and it's easier and safer to wait it out than it is to risk being out on the water when a thunderstorm hits. Lightning is the most dangerous part, obviously, of a thunderstorm. If you can hear thunder, the lightning is close by, even if you don't see it. There can still be lightning strike within 15 miles of of where you've heard the thunder. um, if you are on your boat and you're out on the lake and a thunderstorm does roll in, obviously your first thing is we got to get back to shore. Um, if you don't want to get back to shore, well, that's too bad. Um, if you can't get back to shore or whatever, and you have to ride it out, then what you need to do is you need to get in the, if you have a cabin within your boat, obviously to get in the cabin, shut the doors to make sure rain and everything doesn't get in. If you if you don't have a cabin, if you're in a bass boat or a ski boat or something like that, even something with a cuddy cabin is still going to be better than nothing. But if you don't have any type of shelter, you definitely want to try to get in the center of the boat, away from anything metal, um, and be as low as possible. So that way you can make sure that you're not going to be the first point of entry. Also, if you have fishing poles, they have little round hooks at the end, and that's those are little lightning rods, is what they are. Especially the ones that are graphite and titanium and stuff. So you just want to make sure that if a storm rolls in, that you're taking proper precautions. Make sure everybody has a life jacket available and on, usually at all times, but most certainly during a storm, because if the winds pick up and the boat, possibly capsizes, everybody's not going to drown. Um, the Another thing is, a lot of people that I know, in not just in Oklahoma but several states, think that tornadoes don't generally go across water. And there was one that went across Lake Hudson, I believe that was, over towards Salina, probably a month ago. And it turns into a water spout. So it doesn't matter. Tornadoes will go everywhere. They go over hills, they go in valleys, they go, over highways, they go through water, they go wherever. Um, so it's always good to, be on the watch for any type of, really severe weather. And if you are out on the water and you encounter a strong, if a tornado is coming or something like that, you always want to have your weather radio. You always want it, no matter if you're in your shelter, if you're in your home, if you're on your boat. if you're on a motorcycle, so some type of way to get notified of severe weather. Even the apps on your phone, anything like that. So if you are out on the water and a tornado is imminent, then you need to try to figure out the best place to be, to get off the water, or the best way to get off the water, the fastest, obviously, and to some type of permanent structure shelter. Um, Now, as far as the lightning, lightning will not only, it can not only just strike the people, but if it strikes your boat, it can disable all your electronics, and then you may not be able to go anywhere, especially the really nice boats for today. So you want to, try to remember that. But, the key thing is to be safe and be smart out on the water. It's summertime, we're all going to the lake, having a great time. And, if it looks like thunderheads are rolling in, then you need to get off the water at that time. There's no point in waiting. It's not worth the risk. And the thunderstorms will roll through, and you can get back out on the water, and get back out on your party barge or whatever you have, and finish out your day or night, and have a good time, and know that everybody was safe.
Alrighty. Yeah, I don't have a boat, but it'd be nice to have. But I got a pool, so the same rule applies for a pool than it does a water, so, or a boat. So you want to make sure that if you're in your pool that you want to do the same thing, get out, get back into the house or whatever. Which, this week we're going to have quite a bit of opportunity to get some rain that we desperately needed because my puddle out back almost got dry. Um, but the good news, it'll be a little bit. Most of the heavy rain right now for the week will be to our south. This is the forecast for rain totals for the next 7 days. We still get about 2 inches, but the heavier stuff is to our south, which they don't need the rain any more than we do. But at least we're not getting the brunt of it. And then as far as your temperatures and stuff, we're going to start in the low 80s Monday, and by the weekend up near 90. And I'm sure we'll get to feeling like it's summertime again. We'll all go out to the lake and not freeze in the water because it's cold or colder. Um, we I'll also talk about something that we usually have a video that educates you a little bit on certain parts of severe weather. Tonight's is about hail and how it forms. All right, so Donna, appreciate your talking about the boat and stuff. Um,
Let me interject here, John. Too. I know that there's one thing that you can do to help protect yourself. There's something is called bonding that you can do to your boat or have it done. I wouldn't recommend you doing it, but basically it brings all metal points together to one point, um, so that lightning, if lightning does strike your boat, it's not going to go in several different directions, whereas it's just going to try to follow one direction, because that's what lightning does. So, if you do have a boat, you might look into that. Most of them are fiberglass, but there are metal pieces and parts on the on the outside of the boat. And it would be good to maybe look into that to see, especially if you're an avid lake goer, um, and, as long as the lakes are low enough. um, uh, Another thing too, I wanted to mention about the water being high right now, and the lake water being high. There's a lot of our lakes, where the trees have broken off and things like that. And so these are things that you can't see when the water's high. And so you might take your boat out there and think you're okay, and then you're going to run into a big old tree stump. So, you want to try to stay out into the middle of the lake. Don't go around too many of the shorelines or coves, anything that looks like it hasn't had water for a while. then you should be okay. But what you still need to be very careful about is watching for things that could be sticking out of the water or into the water, I guess you could say, without being able to see it, because it could, those props aren't cheap, and it could really tear up your boat. Okay, I'm done now.
That's very true. Um, I've been on a boat that accidentally hit a stump or something. You couldn't see it, and it hit the side of the boat. And I'm not the biggest fan of being out in the middle of a lake because drowning's my number two. Well, number three now, because after Sunfest, number two is a glitter factory. But definitely something you want to keep an eye out for. Because it can, I mean, it might not damage you or the boat, or damage the boat or the prop, but it can throw somebody off the boat, and you have to, you know, make sure to get them. So your life vests definitely are something you want to have on the boat also. Although I believe in Oklahoma you're required to have a life vest. I'm not positive about that, but it's always a good thing to have on. I know in Missouri you're required to, I believe. So. Well, I guess this pretty much wraps up tonight's episode. We didn't have a whole bunch of things going on this week. Tulsa currently is underneath the flash flood warning. They've been getting rain this evening. Have you seen any down there, Donna?
Yeah, there's sporadic downpours, and then it just kind of goes away, and then it comes back. So, it's long as there's nothing severe going on down here, anything, just some heavy rain, a little bit of street flooding being reported. Other than that, just run of the mill, Oklahoma summer weather. So I know that we're supposed to have some storms, possibly roll in later on, and I if the most severe part of those storms, I believe, will stay south of us. So I think we should be in good shape for tonight. I'm not sure the forecast exactly this week. I know we're supposed to have rain, but where and when, I'm sure John could fill you in on that.
Yeah, which we just talked about a little bit ago. Most of the heavier rain's going to be to our south, along I-40 and south. So I mean, they don't need the rain any more than we do, but at least it won't impact our area as bad.
Like,
Um, Also, I'll go ahead and pop this in there again. If you haven't heard, which I've been trying to make it pretty noticeable, is we have a new weather app that you can download for Android. Has all kinds of neat little features in there, and we're always improving it. We can send out push alerts for certain things, and we'll be using that also. For you Android or Apple people, we will be having that come out in the next couple weeks. Uh, Apple's a little bit more expensive to put stuff on, so we're kind of, hoping that the Android takes off good, and then we can put the Apple in there. So that'll be something for you guys to look forward to. And the ones that have the app, make sure to rate it on Google Play. If you run into any issues or would like to see something on there, there's a contact us tab. Click on that, email me directly, and we'll see what we can do or fix it. I had one yesterday about the notification screen. It was too dark, you couldn't read what the notification said, so they emailed me and I fixed it right then and there. So, feel free to send us little emails or what have you, and make sure to rate it on Google Play. The more people we get rated, the more people get it, the higher the app will go in Google Play, and easier for people to see. So, anyways, all right. Well, do you have anything else for tonight, Donna?
no, I was just gonna, agree with on the app. If you have any questions, any recommendations, any complaints, anything like that, just email John, or you can email me as well, and we'll get you taken care of, or get it taken care of. So, because we want it to be as user friendly and as simple as possible, because not everybody is tech savvy, and if we want it to be user friendly for everybody, of all ages. So, because we're all about keeping you safe, we don't, we're not about trying to make money or whatever, being the cowboys. So, anything that any recommendations or ideas that anyone might have, with regards to our apps, just let us know. We're always open.
Yeah, and like I said, just send us. There's a little contact us thing on there. Here, I'll show you real quick. I usually have my phone on the live stream so I can see any questions, but we don't have any questions tonight. I gotta get all this other stuff. I got too much stuff on my phone. I don't know about everybody else, but I always get way too much stuff. Uh, anyways, I don't even know if you'll be able to read that. Nope.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh,
Can't see
there
it.
we go. Um,
Oh.
the first one there, that's me. So you can click on that. It'll send me an email. And then Donna's right there, or you can do the social media team. Either way, it'll get to us. And just click on there, email us, and let us know what you think or what you'd liked different. And we'll see what we can do. And always make sure to share the app with anybody you know, family, so on. That way we can reach as many people as we can with the app. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else, Donna, I guess we'll wrap it up and wish everybody a good night. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Um,
Mhm.
so we'll be talking to y'all later.